Here we are, drifting gently. The world below begins to shrink. We are rising slowly, peacefully into the vast blue expanse. The sounds of the city start to fade, replaced by a soft whisper of the wind. It is as if we have been lifted by a quiet breath, carried upward into a realm of stillness and observation. This is a journey not of speed, but of serenity. We are here to simply watch, to float, and to witness the beauty of a timeless city from a perspective few ever see. Below us, Prayagraj awaits, a living map spread out in the morning light, ready to share its stories with us in the calm of the upper air. From our tranquil perch, the world below is defined by water. Two great rivers snake across the landscape, their immense power softened by distance. To one side we see the Ganges, or Ganga. Its waters are pale, almost ethereal silver grey. It moves with a slow, ancient grace, carrying with it the prayers and stories of millennia. On the other side, the Yamuna flows. Its waters a deeper, more distinct shade of greenish blue. They are two distinct personalities, two lifebloods of the subcontinent, making their steady, inexorable journey across the plains of northern India. They are not merely rivers, they are living deities in liquid form. Look closely at their paths. They meander, they curve, they create gentle arcs across the earth. As we drift closer, the point of their meeting becomes clearer. It is a gentle convergence, not a clash. The two distinct colors of the water begin to swirl together, creating delicate marbled patterns at their union. This is the Triveni Sangam, the confluence of three holy rivers. Although the third river, the mythical Saraswati, is said to be unseen, flowing underground, its presence is deeply felt. Now we are directly above the Sangam. The sight is truly breathtaking. The line where the blue-green Yamuna meets the paler Ganges is sharp, yet harmonious. For a short distance they flow side by side, two separate streams in a single bed, before their waters finally merge and become one. It is a visual metaphor for unity, a powerful symbol of coming together. From this height, we can see the tiny boats that dot the confluence. They look like scattered petals floating on the water's surface, each one carrying pilgrims seeking blessings at this sacred spot. The entire area hums with a quiet, spiritual energy that radiates upwards. During the great Kumbh Mela, this scene is transformed into something unimaginable. The riverbanks, now relatively calm, become a sprawling city of tents, a sea of humanity stretching as far as the eye can see. Millions of souls gather, drawn by a powerful ancient call. But today, in the calm of an ordinary morning, the sanctity of the place is more personal, more intimate. We can feel its power without the crowds, a deep, resonant peace that emanates from the waters below. Our gentle drift now takes us along the riverbanks, over the famous ghats of Prayagraj. These are the long flights of steps that lead down to the sacred waters of the Ganges and Yamuna. From above, they look like grand stairways connecting the earthly realm of the city to the divine realm of the river. They are not merely functional structures. They are the vibrant, bustling heart of the city's spiritual life. Each ghat has its own character, its own history, its own rhythm. We see people descending and ascending, their movements slow and deliberate, part of a daily ritual that has remained unchanged for centuries. The ghats are a hive of activity, yet from our peaceful height it all appears beautifully choreographed. We can see priests sitting under large umbrellas, their saffron robes a splash of brilliant color against the stone steps. Pilgrims gather around them, seeking blessings or performing ancestral rites. We see families bathing, children splashing playfully in the shallows, and women in colorful saris washing clothes. Our aerial journey now shifts its focus from the river to the monuments that stand guard over it. Dominating the landscape near the confluence is the magnificent Prayagraj fort. From our vantage point, its scale is immense. The massive sandstone walls, built by the Mughal Emperor Akbar, form a formidable bastion on the banks of the Yamuna. We can trace the outline of its ramparts and bastions, a testament to centuries of strategic importance. It is a silent sentinel, a keeper of history, having witnessed the changing tides of empires and the enduring flow of the rivers it overlooks. Inside its walls, we can make out patches of green and the shapes of various buildings. There is the Patalpuri temple, an ancient underground shrine, and the Ashoka pillar, a polished sandstone column that dates back to the 3rd century BCE. Stretching across the vast expanses of the rivers are the city's bridges. They are elegant feats of engineering, connecting the different parts of the region and facilitating the flow of modern life. The new Yamuna Bridge, a cable-stayed marvel, looks particularly graceful from the sky. Its tall pylons and delicate web of cables create a striking modern silhouette against the ancient landscape. Turning our gaze away from the river, we now drift over the heart of Prayagraj city itself. From this height, the urban center is a vibrant, sprawling organism. The streets below form a complex, intricate grid like the veins on a leaf. They are arteries of commerce and communication, teeming with a life force that is, palpable even from up here. We can see the densely packed buildings of the old city, a maze of narrow lanes and hidden courtyards. This is where the city's pulse beats strongest, a rhythm of trade, tradition, and daily life that has been established over centuries. The markets are explosions of color. Look there, at the chowk area. Even from this distance, we can discern the bright hues of the market stalls. We can imagine the brilliant reds of spices, the vibrant greens of fresh vegetables, and the dazzling rainbow of textiles and saris. It is a sensory feast, a kaleidoscope of sights, sounds, and smells. The rooftops are a jumble of different shapes and sizes, some flat, some sloped, some adorned with water tanks or satellite dishes. Each rooftop tells a story of the family that lives beneath it, a mosaic of individual lives that together form the collective identity of the city. Now we glide over the more planned areas of the city, the civil lines. Here the layout is more orderly. The roads are wider, flanked by large leafy trees that form green canopies. We can see the grand colonial-era bungalows with their spacious gardens and stately architecture. Amidst the dense urban fabric, we now spot islands of green. These are the city's parks and gardens, precious lungs that provide a space for breath and tranquility. The most prominent of these is Alfred Park, now known as Chandrasekhar Azad Park. From our aerial perspective, it is a vast expanse of verdant green, a welcome respite from the concrete and asphalt that surrounds it. Its manicured lawns, groves of trees, and winding pathways create beautiful patterns. It is an oasis of calm, a place where the city comes to rest, to walk, and to connect with nature. We can see the tiny figures of people enjoying the park's serenity. Some are strolling along the paths, others are sitting on benches under the shade of ancient trees, and perhaps a few are engaged in a game of cricket on an open field. The park is a communal backyard, a shared space for relaxation and recreation. It houses important institutions like the Prayagraj Museum and the Thornhill Main Memorial, their distinguished architecture nestled beautifully within the greenery. It is a place where nature, history, and community life converge, offering a peaceful counterpoint to the city's hustle. Beyond the main park, we can spot smaller pockets of green scattered throughout the city. There are neighborhood parks, tree-lined avenues, and the private gardens of larger homes. Each one is a vital part of the city's ecosystem. Our 10 minutes of bliss are drawing to a close, and as they do, the sun begins to dip lower towards the horizon. The light is changing. The harsh brightness of midday has softened into a warm, golden glow. This is the magic hour, and from our vantage point, it is a spectacle of profound beauty. The entire city of Prayagraj is being draped in a blanket of liquid gold. The waters of the Ganges and Yamuna are no longer grey and blue-green. They are now rivers of molten gold, reflecting the fiery colors of the sky. The long shadows of the buildings stretch out across the streets, painting the city in dramatic shades of light and dark. The spires of temples and the domes of mosques catch the last rays of the sun, shining like beacons in the fading light. The Prayagraj fort stands silhouetted against the brilliant orange sky, its ancient form imbued with a timeless majesty. The scene is imbued with a sense of peace and finality, the gentle closing of another day in this eternal city. The energy below begins to slow, the frantic pace of the day giving way to the calmer rhythms of the evening. We can see the first lights beginning to twinkle on in the city below. They appear one by one, then in clusters until the streets are outlined in strings of tiny glittering diamonds. The bridges become ribbons of light, their lamps reflecting in the darkening waters. It is a different kind of beauty now, a man-made constellation that mirrors the stars beginning to appear in the sky above. Now our journey must end. We begin our slow, gentle descent, returning to the world below. The feeling is not one of sadness, but of gratitude. We are carrying a precious gift with us, the peace and perspective we found in the sky. As we sink lower, the details of the city begin to re-emerge. The patterns resolve back into individual streets, buildings, and trees. The faint sounds of life start to drift up to meet us, the distant chime of a temple bell, the call to prayer, the gentle hum of evening traffic. We are re-entering the world, but with a new sense of calm. The ground comes closer, but the expansive view remains etched in our minds. We will remember the two rivers meeting, their distinct colors swirling into one. We will remember the faith of the pilgrims on the Ghats, the grandeur of the ancient fort, and the vibrant pulse of the city's markets. We have seen the whole, and now we can appreciate the parts with a deeper understanding. The city is no longer just a name on a map. It is a living landscape of stories, a place of profound beauty and spiritual depth that we have been privileged to witness from above. Let this feeling of serenity stay with you. Carry the quiet of the sky into the noise of your day. Remember the slow, graceful flow of the rivers when you feel rushed. Recall the vast, open horizon when you feel confined. The peace of Prayagraj from above is not just something to be seen. It is something to be felt and absorbed. It is a reminder that even in the midst of a complex and busy world, there are pockets of stillness and beauty waiting to be discovered. We need only to change our perspective, to rise above the fray, to see the bigger picture. Our feet are now almost back on the ground. The journey is over, but its effects remain. We have taken a 10-minute breath of pure aerial bliss, and it has refreshed our spirit. The city of Prayagraj has shared its timeless peace with us, a gift from the sky. As we step back into the rhythm of life, let us do so with a lighter heart and a calmer mind, forever carrying the memory of this gentle flight and the serene beauty of the city as seen through the eyes of the heavens.